Hello, everyone. You are watching the Indie Plus Indie Plays. This is where some of the members of the Indie Plus community get together to play games live on air. I am running the game known as Lacuna, Part 1, The Creation of the Mystery and the Girl from Blue City. It's written by Memento Mori Theatrics, and that is Jared Sorensen. We have three wonderful players on with us tonight. The first one is Brendan. How are you, Brendan?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm looking forward to crazy zany action and agents and pew pew, but more bullets, less ray guns. So,
Yeah, but the Pew is probably, I don't know what book you read.
thank God.
Jen, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing great, thank you.
Fantastic. All right, and then we have our ringer, which is Justin, one of Mark Diaz-Truman's good buddies. How are you doing, Justin?
Hey, I'm good. I am interested to see what it's like to play a finished game and not a playtest in the midst of development.
Yeah, I've heard that you are Magpie Games, kind of their playtest monkey, and I'm sorry for that.
No, it's been a good experience there.
All right. Well, this one's been out. This is the second attempt of Lacuna Part 1. You can purchase it through Memento Mori Theatrics or on DriveThruRPG if you want the PDF. Be careful, though. There's a couple versions. You want the second attempt on the PDF version. All right. So, real quick, in this game, I play as the game master. I am known as Control. And we've already created characters, which is a very quick, streamlined process of rolling some dice, and also before we get started, Jen has reminded me that this game will adhere to the Indie Plus community standards, which you can find out on indieplus.org. There could possibly be some curse words, and there is probably going to be some violence and possibly some body horror. Never know. Should not be any sexual situations. I would consider this kind of a TVMA-ish, but light on the MA, more PG-ish. And as far as a European standard, I don't know, Peggy and some kind of teen number. Sorry, I don't know. That's video games anyway. I don't know. I fail. Hopefully you understand what you're in for. This will be a game where the player characters are mystery agents, and they work for the company. And in the company, they go to a place called Blue City. And in Blue City, they will be hunting down people for the good of the company and society as a whole. Everyone has created their characters ahead of time. To save us a little bit of time, we can jump straight into the action. And during the character generation, you get to choose your your gender is the gender that you identify, and there's a male and female genders. The only thing represented in the book. So I apologize. That's how the book's written. So that's how we're playing it. Everything else, from your character's code name to their age and all the other stuff, is either generated through tables or based on your mentor that you get. You may get access to a thing called a technique. We'll jump into the mechanics as we go, but I want to let you know that pretty much these guys, they have created characters that are templates and statistics and a few techniques, and as far as their personalities, I don't know what they're going to act like, but I'm pretty excited to find out. So, Brendan, please tell us quickly about your character's name, their general age, and kind of a look that you have in mind for them.
Sure. I'm playing Agent Smith, not that one. I am male. I'm 42 years old. I sort of do imagine that maybe not quite as sinister as the little picture I have, but I imagine that, yeah, he's bald, he shaved his head. He's clearly a little bit worn, clearly been with the company for a little while, always wears the dark suit and the red tie. And his mentor was Senior Instructor Snyder. He has a pretty high access and specialty of intelligence. And he has the techniques of meditation and judge. So meditation helps him calm himself down, and judge helps him detect when people are lying when he's questioning them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Agent Smith. Next, we will have Jen. Please tell us about your agent.
I will be playing Agent Cleaver, who is female. She is 29 years old. I think, as far as like appearance, I'm basically just gonna take Cora from Tron and put a business suit on her because that's awesome. Yeah. So I like that. Let's see. She also studied under Senior Instructor Snyder, which that should be interesting. I'm sure we'll bring that in. My attributes, force, instinct, access, are all the same. I'm equally good at everything, but not exceptional at anything. I have a focus of intuition. I also have meditation, and my other skill is a thief, which I believe gives me more access or better access or something. I didn't read everything because I'm a terrible player. So that's Agent Cleaver.
Thank you very much. So we will talk about what that brings to you, but it is the Lacuna. Oh, I was trying to pull up my cheat sheet, and now I have lost it. There we go. So Thief gives you the ability to slowly access a Google Doc, gain access to restricted areas in Blue City, which may or may not come to fruition. Next, Justin, please tell us about your agent.
All right. My agent is Agent Hayward. He's a 31-year-old male. His strongest attribute is force, with a higher rating there and lower in instinct, and a talent of strategy under force. As far as appearance, I imagine he is possibly an ex-military guy, but not for very long. Like enlisted when he was 18 or so, and is now well past the time when he was discharged. Tries to present himself a little bit tough, kind of like Jane from Firefly or Herc from The Wire, but maybe it's a little bit disheveled and easily flustered a little bit too. So that's sort of his thing.
Nice. Herc from The Wire. Nice. Very cool. It was kind of weird seeing Herc on Daredevil, by the way.
I agree. Yeah.
Disconcerting for me. I was like, I know the dude, but he's balding, and that. Oh wait, that's Herc. Okay. Excellent. So I am Control, which means I'm the game master, but within the company that you work for, all of you as agents, the Control is also the person that will be monitoring, almost like Tank from the movie The Matrix. So there are some similarities here with The Matrix. The characters will all be projecting themselves into Blue City, and we'll get into that now. So I think that it would be interesting if you guys are cool with the blue clearance that has been received by all three of you agents. If we have a quick debrief between Senior Instructor Snyder and Agents Cleaver and Smith. So this is this afternoon, and it's a normal office environment in the Nasruddin Institute. There are green level clearance agents who aren't actually mystery agents. They don't go into Blue City themselves. They're heavily involved in research as well as subject identification and tracking within Blue City. And the green clearance are pretty much research only. And blue clearance is difficult to obtain because that means that you are cleared, healthy, and willing and mentally capable to make jaunts into Blue City, which is the thing that Nasruddin Institute is working to perfect those forays into the collective subconscious that is Blue City. So I think that it would be cool if we had kind of a nice conference room where Senior Instructor Snyder, who by the way looks to be about 60 years old, and kind of the mental image I have for him, and hopefully you get this actor, is Kirk Douglas, the elder statesman actor who looks like he's hard as nails. That's really what the image I get in my mind when I read the statements from Senior Instructor Snyder. I'm going to quickly read a quote from Senior Instructor. I'll probably blow it. I won't find it because I could quote it off the top of my head, but the one time I look for it, here we go. Let's see. Snyder is known throughout the company as his toughest trainer. He's also an anomaly, the oldest agent in the company. When he was active in the field, his no-nonsense attitude and extreme methods was the stuff of company legend. And so he is 63 years old, and he's quite an old fellow. So he's called the two of you in. Now, I'm real quick. Do Agents Cleaver and Smith, do you know each other outside of work?
Sure.
Cool. So help me out here, Agent Smith. How do you know Agent Cleaver outside of work?
Outside of work. Huh. trying to think of something good, but it may just be as simple as like we go bowling together.
I was gonna say you could be married to my sister,
That too.
or we could
We
both
could do that.
together. It's up to you.
It
Then
could be
both can be
both.
true.
That's
Maybe-
true.
Maybe you met his sister on the bowling team. Made an instant
Wait,
kind
his
of-
sister or my sister?
yes. So what did you say? What did you say? I'll agree with that.
I said he is married to my sister.
That makes more sense. So Agent Smith is married to Agent Cleaver's sister, and Agent Smith met.
We bowl together.
Yeah, and they bowl together. So there you go. That's good. Okay. All right. So Agent Snyder calls the two of you in as you're headed down the hallway. Who gets there first?
Probably Cleaver.
I mean, I do. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Cleaver, you step in, and Snyder's got, even though this is a pretty high-tech company in Nesruden Institute, he still works with file folders and papers and photographs and notes that he handwrites, and he has a typewriter, they say. That's legend. You've never seen a typewriter, but they say that he still fills out his stuff in triplicate.
What's the point of a typewriter? I don't get it. It's weird.
So please have a seat, Agent. Agent Smith should be alone.
I do so.
Cool. It's a long conference table, and he's seated at the head of it. There's the cool kind of insignia of the Nesruden Institute in the middle of the table. It's kind of posh. He's got the harsh halogen lights that come on in here and there. Nothing on the walls, just blank white walls. The door opens up, and Agent Smith walks in. Agent Snyder looks up. Have a seat, Agent Smith. So now here's the question. Of course, this is all that like office politics. How close are you sitting to Agent Cleaver, Agent Smith? And what do you do when you walk in?
I come in and it's curtain odds. It's curtain odds, both to Snyder and to Cleaver. I'm carrying my coffee, and I sit down one chair away from Cleaver, like one chair in between.
On the same side of the table, then?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, as you're well aware, both of you have received blue level clearance. Congratulations, agents.
Thank you.
Curtain odd.
I have your
Your
assignment.
first name is Kurt, isn't it? Sorry.
Totally curtain odds, because that's where it came from. You put that in my head, Jen. Thanks. All right, so Senior Instructor Snyder says you'll be assigned to a third team member, and the determination of who will be team leaders up to me, Agent Smith. I believe you have the strongest access, and you've already made contact with Control, who will be Spider, one of my former pupils, so you'll be working with him. You will be the team leader for this operation. This is a moderate threat, and I trust that the two of you, once you have been dispensed with your Lacuna device, that you will work inside Blue City, execute the mission, take care of the target, and return to base as soon as possible. Do you have any questions before you make your first dive?
Any threats we need to be particularly aware of?
The terrorist activity in Blue City is at a level of double yellow. I do not anticipate it being threatening to your activities, as is normal within Blue City. As long as you act on the company's orders and return to base as soon as possible, I don't anticipate any problems. You will have one target and one target alone. Each of you are issued one Lacuna device. You will not receive any more. If you wish to receive any special equipment, you will need to fill out the proper requisition forms with Control, and Spider will make the determination if he is able to dispense that equipment to you. Are there any other questions?
Sounds pretty standard.
All right. Well, Good luck to both of you. Please do not embarrass me. Go ahead and proceed to operating room 3. And you will head through the dressing room and prepare yourself to be put asleep on the slab so that you can enter Blue City. The operation will commence within 30 minutes, so please do not dally. Thank you, agents. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Love that guy.
So this is there are unisex bathrooms. There's one dressing room. There's a strong no fraternization among agents policy, and you are trusted to treat yourselves with decorum and respect. And when you go in, you change to the suggestion from your pamphlets and all of your orientation is you dress in comfortable clothing, nothing that restricts your neck area because you will be placed into a deep sleep, into a coma-like sleep, and that will be the state in which you will then be converted and transported to Blue City. That will be your mentality, not your totality. So as the two of you are headed in, you come into the dressing room, and there is our Herc-like Agent Hayward. So Agent Hayward, your instructor was Senior Agent Chambers. What kind of briefing did she give you?
Not a lot of detail, just kind of the bare minimum, and I sort of nodded and said yes. That all sounds reasonable. I think I'm realizing now I should have asked more questions, but it's a little late for that.
Excellent, excellent. We will come back to that briefing later. Excellent. So, do you know which of the two of these two agents do you know? By the way, Agent Hayward.
I think I know Cleaver. I think we actually started as agents at the same time, us being close to the same age, so we were in some training together.
Cool.
Nice, nice. All right, so you guys went through like employee orientation together. You're in the same class. You took the company policy test. Who cheated off of the other, or basically, I don't know. Did you cheat? Like, who cheated off the other? That's what I gotta know.
I mean, cheating is such a strong word. I wouldn't say that I cheated. I feel like I took advantage of the situation presented to me.
That's what they want to see is your own initiative in the classes,
Exactly.
right? And your
Yes.
resourcefulness.
Excellent. So the three of you are dressed not in the uniforms that are standard kind of expectation. This dress policy, you don't have to worry about meeting that. And as you work into operating room number 3, you see that there are a total of 4 semi-comfortable gurneys that are set up with a number of machines, and there is a small green clearance staff of medically trained professionals who are there to help. They place several electrodes and the like on you and help you to get in. There's a little bit of soft music that's playing in the background. It's like an operating theater, so there's actually an encased glass area that is raised above and kind of overlooking, and you see that there's an ashtray with looks like maybe 30 or 40 cigarette butts that are just sitting right on top of one of the monitors. And there's a hail of smoke, and there's a guy who's very pale, and he's actually kind of bald, like Agent Smith, except probably not by choice. Probably just by nature. Nature's choice, really. He's rail thin. He's got a few tattoos, including a nice little spider tattoo, which is not really. Let's just say that maybe the company policy about tattoos happened after he got his. He's probably been here for a while. Maybe he was one of Snyder's first pupils. But he's got a little microphone there, and he kind of presses on the button and says, "All right, agents, don't worry. This will be an easy dip. I assume you've been briefed on your target. You can talk. I can hear you."
One target. Yeah, go ahead.
We got some basics on it. Didn't
All
we?
right, I'm displaying this on your screen. Like, let me know if you're not able to see it. And you see there's a quick vid display that pops up, and you see this information here. You're after Dolan Thomas. His crimes: vehicular manslaughter and driving while intoxicated. Threat level's moderate, and last he was seen at the city library. To me, is abrasive and somewhat obnoxious. One of those dry drunks. And now last known associate is Frederick Atkinson. I'll drop that into your shared folder in case you need to access it before you go into your dive. Do you have any questions about him?
Are we expecting him to be intoxicated when we encounter him, or
One would hope, wouldn't they?
That would make things easier, maybe.
Sure, well, maybe throw a bottle at him. All right, I'll take silence as being completely confident of your abilities. I wish you all the best of luck. Go ahead and reach a meditative state. If you do need to be administered any type of sleep medication, just let one of the green level professionals know. We'll be going down in 5. So how is it that you prepare yourself to go into a meditative state or into sleep?
I mean, I don't have any problem sleeping at all, so I just start meditating.
Nice, nice. What about Agent Smith? How does he go down?
I start humming a little song to myself. It just helps me focus myself. I was thinking it's all on the Watchtower. I start, like humming it to myself, and then that brings me down and down and down.
Nice, nice. And then what about you, Agent Hayward?
I try to sort of clear my mind of most things by just focusing on, like, reciting lists to myself, like, I wonder if I can name all the presidents that are there. Okay, can I name all the states? Can I name all the Major League Baseball teams? It's the sort of like going through lists of 30 to 40 things at a time.
That's really cool. Very cool. Excellent. So each of you do eventually hit a state to where you start to drift off. And now we're going to quickly talk about the statistics and the way the mechanics of this world works. So in Lacuna, there are 3 main stats. The 3 stats are as follows. They are, and I'm going to double check myself here, they are force, which measures within Blue City, which is kind of a collective subconscious. Within that city, whenever you want to do something physically interacting with the city, you roll force. And force is a number between 2 to 4, and that's the number of 6-sided dice that you'll be rolling against a target number of 11. Instinct is perception-based and also interacting with your personality, so you can use it for intuiting things as well as investigating things and people. And that's also 2 to 4. And then the last one is access, which I kind of slightly mentioned earlier when I talked about why Agent Smith was chosen to be team leader. And access is dealing with control, with Spider, the person that we introduced earlier, and your access, again, between 2 to 4. That's the number of dice that you roll, and whenever you're trying to access, it's 2 main things. It's either you're trying to get access to equipment or things within or possibly information from back in control while you're in Blue City, and that equipment or other devices can be very helpful for your character while you're in Blue City, but they only exist within Blue City, so you can't really take it out of Blue City. The other thing is, whenever you have to eject, if you have to leave Blue City for any reason, then you need to make an access roll, and if you fail that, you're in some trouble. Now, while you're attempting a risky action, this will be the last little rule we go over before we jump in. Well, you're attempting a risky action, and if you fail that first roll, there's the possibility that your force or instinct rating can go down. And that is you being physically hurt in the real world. You're taking damage, much like Neo did, perhaps, in the Matrix movie. This game came out before that. So, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Similar to like Neo in the Matrix. I'm totally going to check. Somebody check when it was published. Okay. I think Matrix came out in 1999, so it's probably...
99,
yeah. Yeah. Sad that I know when the movie came out, but not the book. All right. Where's it sad? All right, so the 3 of you reach that meditative state, and then you fall into sleep. And there's that moment of weightlessness and confusion, disorientation. And the first thing you hear is the sound of horns, car horns. And the 3 of you come awake, and you're sitting in a diner, like a coffee shop type of diner. All 3 of you are dressed in the mystery agent type of suit. So I'll kind of show the picture from the back. You're looking cool and suave, and you've got Each of you have your nice little Lacuna device there. And so black suit, black tie, except for Agent Smith, for some reason, still has the red tie. Who knows why? Maybe it's his excellent access level, or just the fact that I think that little bit of flair looks cool. The first thing you notice as you're here within this diner is that the smells are strong. It's a very strong smell of coffee and bacon, and that the reader board behind the person who is standing in front of you at the bar, that reader board, all of the words, the letters are jumping around. You see Chinese symbols. You see, regular letters, numbers. Prince's name when he was artist formerly known as Prince, all kinds of different things. It keeps jumping around between Sanskrit, everything, and it's impossible. It's as if everyone is projecting all of their different languages, written languages here, and it's nearly impossible to read unless you have a technique, which none of you do. So the three of you are there in a diner. It is an afternoon. It is raining outside, and it's a bit dark. You hear occasional thunderclap, but it's nothing terribly bad. And there are people who are walking on, hustling along the street. A few cars. The cars, you notice, look like they were made maybe in the 40s or 50s. So kind of those large kind of boat cars. And dress styles for the people who are here in the diner are a little varied. There are some more modern dress people from the 80s. A lot of people here aren't really interacting with each other per se, except for the waitress who says, "What can I get for the three of you?"
Coffee.
All right, coffee, black, or you like cream?
Black.
She turns and she grabs a coffee pot off of one of the little heaters and pours you up a pot of coffee in a nice white mug and places it right in front of you on top of the little saucer. Gentlemen?
What were you guys thinking? Are we eating? I don't want to be the only one eating. Well, no, you know what?
We should be moving relatively quickly.
All right, can I just get like small plate of hash browns then?
Absolutely.
And a large Coke.
She calls back to her short order cook, and he starts working on the hash browns, and she brings up a nice one of those tall glasses that have the cool kind of fluted sides there, and pours you some Coke and puts it right in front of you. And a few minutes later, the hash browns will show up. People don't really seem to be reacting to the three of you, meaning that nobody's staring at the weird three people who just showed up out of nowhere wearing the same kind of suit. You do notice that one person is sitting and reading a newspaper, and this person appears, he's in a Hawaiian shirt, and he's kind of chuckling to himself. Other people are talking to each other, but most people are solitary, sitting by themselves, some at the end of the bars and some at tables and the like. Your hash browns arrive.
Excellent. I just an excuse to eat during the game.
That's a guy who's committed to being a character, guys. If there were XP, I'd give you one.
Last scene for our target was library.
Which is interesting, considering the library doesn't have alcohol.
Maybe it's like a library bar. There's one of those in this place where my brother went to college. I used to go hang out there.
That's fascinating.
Anyway, where's the library? Do we know how many blocks it is from here?
How do I contact Spider?
If you want to contact Spider, the easiest way to do it is contact through a payphone, through a direct landline.
Got it. Okay. Is there a payphone in the diner?
Why, yes, there is.
And we could probably also just like ask the waitress where the library is.
You can do that too. When she comes back to refill the coffee.
Yeah. She sure does.
Excuse me, miss. Where is the library from here?
Oh, the library's downtown. It's not far. Just a few blocks. You can walk from here or take a taxi if you'd like.
I think we'll walk. Could you give us just some directions we can get there?
Oh, sure, sure. If you head out to your left, you should be able to see the large buildings. It's the tower, the business district. It's kind of hard to miss, even though it's a little dark outside, but you should be able to pick that. Just follow your nose. Not in smelling, but because it's in front of your face.
Thanks.
Now you finish up your hash browns, Agent Hayward. What do the three of you wish to do?
As soon as the hash browns are consumed.
Mm.
All right. What's our moving team?
I'm set to go now. I guess let's just head on down to the library first, yeah.
All
Keep
right.
our eyes open if there's anything else unusual on the way, but most of the
Oh, by the way, you don't have any money, so what do you do? She slides a check onto the. You have no idea how much it is, because it's written.
It's written in gibberish.
Smith, they didn't give you a company account for this or anything? Will I have a?
Usually
Well,
they don't really let us charge our fake non-existent Blue City meals to the company account. If you want to try pinging Spider, though, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, or we could just, we could just all head to the bathroom at the same time and then duck out the back. I'm saying we probably won't be coming back around here too many more times, right?
We all have to go to the bathroom.
The waitress isn't. It's not like she's staring at the three of you. It's one of those assume that you're going to be paying when you're ready to pay.
Right.
Right.
How many, what other people are here? Somebody reading the newspaper, you said?
Yeah, there's a guy in a Hawaiian shirt reading a newspaper.
What about women?
Women. There is a lady in a bathrobe who is sitting at the end of the bar. She's got a cup of tea. She just has for this entire meal. It's just been kind of sipping her tea, very methodical way.
Does she have a purse near her?
She does not have a purse near her. She is in a bathrobe. If you're looking for a purse to snatch, though, you could definitely find one. There's an older lady with one of those kind of fishnetty type deals over her little hat that she's wearing. She smells kind of like dog, and she's sitting at a booth by herself, and she's got her little purse beside her. So if you want to try to snatch a purse, you can give it a shot.
Yep. Well, I don't necessarily want to snatch the whole purse. I kind of want to see if I can just lift a wallet out of it. And be as discreet as possible.
Nice. I think that sounds pretty interesting. Now, thief as a technique is really about gaining access, but you can be a thief as well. I think that's fantastic.
Taking my inspiration from that, sure.
And that's awesome. This is just kind of who you are. You're a thiefy bowler. All right. I think that is. It makes sense to be. I'm just looking, and I really think it's a physical act, right? So I'm going to say that it is a force roll that you will need to make. Your target number is an 11.
Okay. So I have 3s and everything, so I'm rolling 3d6, correct?
Correct. You're rolling 3d6.
All right. I did not make an 11.
All right. Now.
I made a 7.
So a couple things happen. First of all, your resting heart rate is what?
75.
Right. So you have just attempted your first action to try to get to an 11. That 7 is going to be added to your heart rate, so it goes up from 75 to, math says, 83. Now, here's the other thing. 82. You can, if you so wish, you can try.
82. I thought 75 plus 7, 82. Sorry. Keep going.
Thank you.
If I want.
Wow, math does not tell you that it's 83. He's an idiot.
Unless we're in base 9. Then.
Listen, I could go with a lie, but I totally just misadded that because.
Okay, how can I make this thing happen?
Okay, so you can either accept the failure, which means that something's going to happen, or if you want, you can roll again. And you can roll as many times as you want. However, whatever you roll on this next roll, and then after you do the math, because I've failed at it, and just I'm one strike, I'm out, then you add that also to your heart rate.
Okay, I am going to reroll.
I don't blame you.
14.
Fantastic. So,
Bam.
yeah, there's a moment. Agent Smith and Agent Hayward, two of you are at the diner, and so give me a quick, like, just a glimpse, Agent Cleaver. What do we see as you're kind of heading down towards that person at the diner?
Yeah. So I mean, I've got the power suit on, and I don't necessarily look like I belong here. So I'm kind of playing into that, and I'm like looking around like, I'm kind of lost and I don't know where I'm going, and oops, I just bumped into this person and lifted the wallet out of the purse.
Nice. So what?
Sorry about that.
Cool. So what you two see, Agent Smith and Hayward, is you see Agent Cleaver move over. She reaches for the purse, and the woman looks over, and then it flips for a second, and then you see her bump and apologize real quickly to the older lady, and she looks up and says, are you all right, dearie? And she does not seem to be noticed that at all. So you have a purse which has some money of some kind in it. You could probably use that to pay for stuff.
Yeah. I have a wallet, not the whole purse. I don't want the whole purse.
Oh, sorry. You have a wallet from a purse,
yeah,
which you could probably use to pay for stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the table and sort of face away from her and kind of open the wallet and see what's in there, because I have no idea what this money's supposed to look like.
Cool. Yeah. There's some blue and green bills with numbers on it, probably, but you can't exactly read those. And yeah.
Do I add the second roll to my heart rate?
Thank you for asking. Yes, you add that 14 to your 82, which comes up with a number that's higher.
It's 96.
Thank you. Now, real quick, but Agent Cleaver, your target heart rate for your character is 98 to 146, which is something that we did during character creation. Target heart rate is fantastic because once you hit that 98 level, those force and instinct rolls where you have to roll 3 dice because those are your stats, you can choose to roll as many dice as you want. Pretty cool. But you're at a 96 now, so once you hit a 98, then whenever you make a force and instinct, you tell me how many dice you want to roll.
Cool.
Awesome. So you've got some money. You're not sure how much money. Can't take it with you.
No, I feel like I just put all the money on the counter.
Sweet. So you just
on the table, whatever. Yeah.
A fistful of dollar bills are placed onto the.
Actually, that's not true. I think I keep like a couple of bills with me in case we go somewhere else that like we need a bus fare or something.
Yeah. Can we try to guess which is the biggest one? Like.
Well, hey man, if you want to try to figure that out, I think maybe an instinct roll to try to figure out the differences between these dollar bills, that's appropriate. I'm good with that. You want to give that a shot?
That's not really my thing to do, but that's what I would do.
What, just because you have a 2 in it? I'm sure you can get 11 at some point. And for some reason, Agent Hayward had a heart attack, and his last moments were, I don't know the bills.
I tried 10 times to get that 11. Never got it. No, I don't really. As long as we grab a couple of bills out of it, I don't really care.
All right. You grab you grab a couple bills and you're good to go. Awesome. You leave the money for the waitress, and she doesn't seem to be complaining. There's a little smile on her face. She's probably going to go bowling with that extra money. Hey. Yeah. You guys are out onto the street. As I said, it is raining a little bit. And a lot of people have umbrellas. There are other people who just occasionally just walk through, not really worrying about the fact that their clothes are getting wet. It's a couple people that are in these weird tie-dye shirts that are holding hands that are a little older. One older guy's got kind of this long beard with the braids in it and everything. Cars are going back and forth. There's a yellow checker taxi cab, and sure enough, as the waitress described, there's a larger set of buildings. They're not skyscrapers. It's not like you're in downtown Chicago. This is one of those you know, the city epicenter itself, maybe the highest building, 60, 70 stories, but it's easily picked out as something more noteworthy than the 3 and 4 story sets of stores that are here where you are. So you guys want to walk, or anything else you want to do?
I can walk. I got no problem walking.
Yep, walking.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So you guys will walk for a few city blocks, which, as you know, is going to take some time. So you're stepping into puddles and occasionally those peals of lightning there. Doesn't really, even though you travel for almost an hour, there. It's odd because there's no sun out, right? It's raining, but you don't get that kind of feeling of the passage of time. Like, it doesn't get darker. It just seems to be at this certain level of night. But eventually you come to an area that looks like a downtown area. Now, if you want, you can search around for the library. It's not like you don't really have any maps to easily orient yourself, because you haven't, grabbed a map, but you're in the downtown area. There are larger buildings. There's a very large restaurant. There's an open air cafe here as well. And another thing that you notice as you look is that one of the buildings here, it looks like it may have been a bank. The entire front facing of it, all of the windows are completely shattered, and the bottom story, it looks as if all the metal is kind of poking out from outside, as if something kind of blew out all of the casings, and there's like one wicked eye beam that's sticking out, and it just looks like it's been left. There's no construction crews or the like. It just looks like as if something blew out the bottom floor of this bank, and there are no lights above. There's really no. It looks like it's been abandoned. But you don't see anything that immediately looks like a library. You guys want to search around for it. Feel free to give me an instinct roll, whoever wants to try to find the library downtown.
I can do that.
All right.
I also have, what do I have? Intuition?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I don't
that
know.
intuition is sensing an ambush or general wrongness or following hunches. Do you feel like that applies?
I mean, she told us where the library was, and it's around here. So, I don't know. It could go either way.
I'm going to go for it, mostly because I like you, and also because I want to talk about talents. So, you have a base 3 dice for instincts. You have a talent as well. You can roll those 3 dice for instincts. If you don't get your 11, you can choose to use that talent to give you a 4th die to roll. The great thing about that is that you can kind of control if there's a 4th die that's going to affect your heart rate. So go ahead and roll those 3 and see if you get it.
Cool. No, I got a 9.
Okay. Now you want to go ahead and roll that talent?
Yes, I will. Now I have a 10.
That is a failure, but
Yes, it is.
But now you're in target heart rate, so you can go ahead and add 10 to your heart
Yes,
rate.
I am.
You and I can do the math on that one.
Yeah.
Say it aloud for fear of screwing it up too. So you can make another roll if you'd like.
No, I think I would like to see our fearless leader, Agent Smith, do something.
I love team leader. It's just like, hey, it's all good, guys.
Smith, are you gonna lead us here? What's going
Well,
on?
what happens on the failure?
What happens on the failure? Hey, that's a great question. So what happens is that the 3 of you kind of walk around downtown for a little while. You pass a few areas. You also come up to there's an area that's gated off, and there is kind of a big guys in there. They're in the those double-breasted coats. They almost look like a Keystone Copper type deal. Like a British a bobby. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Like a bobby. And they've got a gate across that area. Evidently this street's been walled off, and they do have guns. But nobody seems to be headed in that area. But you don't find the library.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'll go find a payphone.
Okay. Well, you're able to find a payphone on just down the street there. It's right in front of a bookstore, which you know only because there are books inside, not because of the sign. Pick up the payphone and go ahead and give me an access roll. Your difficulty number is an 11.
Which
When
is
you're
one
gonna
more
say
than 10.
It's a 23. What? All right, so that's a 13.
Fantastic. Now, you are looking to retrieve some information, so you don't need it, but keep in mind that you could have, if you wanted, you could have used your intelligence talent. But you're good. You make it. So, Spider, hello. This is Control.
Yeah, Spider, we need a quick path to the library.
Oh, all right. I've got the three of you. You're downtown. Yeah, if you take 2 lefts, it is currently a half block away from you. You'll need to head through an alleyway, and you'll need to make your way around the closed-off street, and then you should come right into the front door of the library.
Around the closed-off street, not through.
Yes, around around it.
All right, anything else we need to know about that path?
What else would you like to know, Agent?
Just anything of note. This street closed off is a little surprising, but...
Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry. You're not cleared for that. Good luck.
Love that guy.
So what do they say?
I recite his instructions.
Yeah. 2 lefts, down an alley, and
Alright.
around the street that's blocked off.
And I start walking in that direction.
Well, you were given good directions, so 3 of you take a pair of lefts, head down a dark cobblestone alley that's, of course, it's an alleyway, so there's a lot of drainage, and it's pretty wet here, so your shoes are getting a little wet, and a cuff of the back of your pants get just a little bit damp, and then as you head around the blocked off street, by the way, the middle of the street, you can actually see down into the sewer. There's an area they've got some roped off. It looks like somebody just dropped a bomb in the middle of the sewer, and like in the middle of the street, and blew several levels down into past the asphalt and into concrete. But you work your way around the street there, and sure enough, Paralion's large concrete structure is the library. You think it's the library. You can't really read the sign, but it sure as heck looks like the place you want to go. Head up the sets of stairs and come walk in. Sure enough, thousands of books that you more than likely can't read. There are probably 30 or 40 people here, and before long, you're looking across the rows of tables, and you got stacks of books in all of the shelves, stacks of books and shelves, and there's like a second story area where it's kind of a walk around. There's some beautiful, there's like a water treatment up in the top area, and then some skylight, but you can see that the rain patters down onto it, and you can see, sure enough, sitting there by someone else, another guy, is the bald man in the golden jacket that was identified to you as Dolan Thomas.
And he's sitting with someone else, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. He sure is.
Are they talking?
Yeah, they're talking. They're looking at a couple of books together.
No bottles around him or anything?
Actually, there are a few bottles around him.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
What does the other person look like?
Oh, the other person, he's dressed in a suit, actually. Looks not unlike yours. You don't recognize him, though. He looks kind of a mixed descent, possibly Latino, and he's just the 2 of them are talking. They haven't really made you, but you're maybe 10 tables away. You got to come down a set of stairs here. It's very musty smelling,
Mm-hmm. All right. Cleaver, you swing out to the left. Hayward, you swing out to the right. Let's just make sure that in case he's a runner, we've got someone covering all angles, and I'll close in first.
All right. Now, as a reminder of your training for the utilization of the Lacuna device, what you need to do for a target is you need to take off the Lacuna device. You need to slap it onto your target and activate that. And once you activate that target, then everything will be taken care of. You've never actually seen a Lacuna device work, but that's what the training says. And you even practice with the Lacuna, but then there was just like one of those, you twist a dial, and then they tell you the magic happened. All right, so you guys split up, and I assume Senior Agent Smith here, you're going to be heading down to talk to Dolan Thomas?
Yep.
Cool. As you do head that way and kind of make your presence known, the guy who's in the suit sitting beside him looks up first and kind of taps Dolan's arm. And Dolan looks up, and he doesn't look terribly happy to see you. The guy in the suit kind of he scooted back a little bit, and who was coming off to the left? Can't remember who you told to go to the left.
Left side.
Is that Agent Cleaver? Agent Cleaver, he makes you as well, meaning that the guy in the suit, he's aware of you kind of coming around, but he hasn't. His hands are kind of on the table. He hasn't like reached for a weapon or anything. And so this guy, this Dolan Thomas, looks up and he says, "Yeah, what? What do you want?" Not bothering anybody.
No, I'm not bothering anybody, sir. I just wanted to have a few words with you and ask you to do something for me.
Yeah, what if I say no?
Well, I don't know why you would. So there's nothing to be worried about, sir. Everything's
I
fine.
don't even know who the hell you are.
My name
Go
is
away.
Agent Smith.
Agent? What do you mean, agent?
I mean, I am an agent of an agency. What is it called? The Nesrudin Institute? I'm an agent of the Nesrudin Institute.
She has no idea what that is.
I don't. Yeah.
What
Sounds
the hell
official.
does that mean? Listen, buddy, maybe you should just go the hell away. Seriously. He stands up. Or maybe I should just make you go away.
You could. I would really appreciate it if you did not resort to such violence. I know you have a tendency to let your feelings get a little ahead of you. Maybe drink too much. Maybe make poor decisions.
Yeah, I think maybe I should make a poor decision right now. What do you think, agent? He scratches at his hand, and then he sticks his fingers into his skin and starts peeling it off. And you see there's like this blackish fur underneath.
That's new. All right. So this is that signal, or it's like this is the move-in time.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw him stand up and looking confrontational, I started to close in.
Sweet. Okay, so you start to close in. You make your signal for the team to move in, Agent Smith, and he reaches out and he grabs you by your shirt. And he just flings you with some surprising speed and strength, and you kind of fly over Agent Cleaver and slam into a shelf of books. Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and mark off one force there on you. So what do the two of you do, Agents Cleaver and Agent Hayward?
Are we equipped with weapons?
You are not equipped with weapons. You have the Lacuna
The
device.
Lacuna device. Okay.
If you wish to procure weapons, you could have tried to access from control.
I mean, we're kind of in the middle of something here now.
You are, that's true. I would probably
Coulda,
be
woulda, shoulda.
unwise. You could walk away. He may not think you're a threat. Who knows?
No, I'm not walking away from this. I'm gonna charge right in there and just try to tackle him.
Sweet.
See if I can-
Awesome. Give me a force roll as you go ahead and tackle him. See if you can knock him to the ground. By the way, that movement that he just did, it ripped off the rest of the flesh. He's got these like weird talons on the end of his furred hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid that hand as I tackle him.
Sweet.
All right.
Good call. All right, so go ahead and give me a force roll.
Yep,
Difficulty is an 11.
Well, that's more than 11.
You are very forceful. Yeah, you slam him to the ground. You knock over a couple of wooden chairs. They kind of skid across the tiled floor, and yeah, he is knocked to the ground. So what is your reaction, Agent Khalifa? You've got this other guy in the suit. He kind of jumps back, and it looks like he's going to probably get the heck out. Like he is not up for this fight.
Well, he's not my target, so I don't really care about him. I think I'm going to actually try and take my Lacuna device and pin it to, what's-his-face? Scary claw hand guy.
Why don't you do that? Go ahead and give me a force roll. If you're successful, you have deployed the Lacuna device.
I am in my target heart rate, so I am going to be rolling 4 dice, as long as that's all right.
It's perfectly okay with me.
Yay! All right. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's perfect. I love it because you're not going way over like other people. Oh my goodness. I went from resting to like target in one roll. Excellent. So yes, you pull off your little Lacuna device, which is like a little question mark, not unlike I'm holding right now. And you slap it onto him. Where do you hit him with the Lacuna device?
Like on the chest, kind of, or on the back, whichever is more accessible, whatever.
Yeah, you
so that I can stay away from the freaking claw.
Agent Hayward's like taking him down. He's kind of holding him over. You slap that onto his back, and it blinks for a couple beep, 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 and then it pops. Now you hear this blink. Is there anything you're doing, Hayward? You're going to keep holding on to him while this device goes off, or whatever it does?
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what this thing is supposed to do, so I'm gonna. As soon as it's.
What training were we given on this thing?
I wanna ask Cleveland. It's like, are you sure you got it on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna stand up, back away a couple steps, but.
Sweet. Okay, you stand up, you back away. The guy stands up, and he rips off some of his face, and you see there's like this weird, scaly, furry mass underneath, and then pop. And there's this moment where he becomes wavy, and then it's almost like a quick little snap tornado, and poof, he's gone. Completely gone, like he was never there.
Good job, team.
Is that it? That's what's supposed to happen here?
Mission accomplished. Ow.
All right, what do you do?
What happened to the guy who was talking to?
Oh, well, he's gone up to where it looks like there might be the bathrooms or maybe a back exit. He's kind of running now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's not our target. We were specifically told. Follow orders. All right, so yeah, let's go find the library. He's probably got a payphone, right?
Yeah, you can find a payphone right outside.
All right. He left the bottle here.
Oh yeah, he left like 3 or 4 bottles.
Okay, I'm not gonna let this go to waste.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, nothing overboard. We're still at work here, but celebrate a little bit. Maybe offer some to Cleaver and Smith, huh?
Any bottle of liquid that was drunk by some kind of
freaky monster.
Good for me.
In a human suit. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so you follow out. You've got 3 bottles of what appear to be Budweiser. Smells like Budweiser. So you pick up the phone and go ahead and give me an access roll.
Yeah, okay, sure. That's a 9.
Is that a 9, or do you want to roll again?
I'll roll again.
It's probably not a bad idea.
I'm at 83. So
I was going to say, can he use his talent on this one?
It's intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. You're calling. So tell me, are you calling to be pulled out? I imagine.
I'm calling because we finished our mission. So I basically, I'm calling in to say, pull us out, right? Mission's over.
Oh, Jen, while you chose to roll those 4 dice, and I'm sorry I didn't track it, did you roll any 6s on those 4 dice that you rolled?
Yes.
Okay. You have 1 commendation point for every 6 that you roll on any dice, fail or pass, while you're in the target heart rate.
Okay.
So mark that commendation point. I don't think anybody else reached target heart rate.
No, still below.
On your second roll, or are you not making a second roll? I'm sorry.
I'll make a second roll. Yeah.
Okay. Feel free.
Here we go. Wow. That's a 9. Inchy squinchy. What am I at right now? Sure, let's do it again.
Again.
You're a new target now, aren't you?
I am, but this is access, so I can't.
Oh, it's only force instinct, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, you should be able to hit that with 4 dice.
So that's an 11.
There you go.
Finally.
This is the worst.
Well, 11 is what I need, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just great. It's just funny that you took 3-year-olds.
How many points did it take you though?
That was an incredibly exasperating call.
Yeah, 11.
19,
Okay, so
29. 29.
Scary. So you guys, the two of you see Agent Smith. He picks up the phone. There's a moment. There's a stutter. He concentrates for a little bit. There's a stutter, and he picks up the phone again, and then he just kind of gets sucked into the phone, and he's gone, and then the phone's just dangling there.
What the hell, man?
He wasn't going to extract all of us?
Doesn't appear that he did. But what do you do?
I pick up the phone and do my own damn call.
Nice.
Some leader you are, like, leaving us behind. The hell?
He was leading the way, right? He's leading the way.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, you pick it up. Go ahead and make me an access roll. As the two of you are staying there around the payphone, you've got the overhang of kind of the front-facing part of the bank, and so it's not too much rain coming down around you, splashing on some of the concrete. That guy comes up again, and he comes from the outside and sees the two of you, and then he takes off running down the stairs and away.
I'm in target heart rate, so can I roll whatever I want, or is this weird?
That's only a force and instinct roll, so yeah, sorry. So you'll have to roll a 3.
This is not going to go well for me. No, this did not go well for me. So that's 6. So that's 25. We're going to do this again. Clear those 3. Yes. 13, Sweet. And I got another 6.
Excellent. So you see the similar type of events on that second stutter, Agent Hayward. You see that Agent Cleaver disappears. And when she does, the receiver on the phone falls off, and it's just a naked wire there. And that was on the payphone. On the payphone. What do you do?
I pick it up. Try to put it back in. Do I even roll for that, or is this just gonna fail?
That's amusing to me. Let's see if you can interact. Is that an instinct or a force? You're not really trying to force. You're physically interacting with it. Go for it. Give me a force roll. If you can jam that wire back in successfully, this is amusing to me. So.
There we go. That's more than 11.
Wow.
15?
You're so forceful.
Yeah, 15. I'm a little too forceful. It's really getting my heart going here.
Sweet. Now, were you were not in target heart rate when you rolled that, but you are now.
I am now, yes.
Too bad. Now you're rolling access, so straight 3. Let's see how this goes.
All right. So 3. Let's try to. Can't believe that worked. Oh wait, I didn't clear the other ones.
That's okay.
These
last 3,
4,
the 4 and 5. So.
Mm-hmm. So that's 13.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So let me add my 13 to there.
Sweet. So bam. You wake up and you see that Agent Smith. What's the first thing you do when you come out of that state? Your heart rate was pretty high. You can hear the beep 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 on the EKG, right? Is it the wrong?
Yep.
See, anyway, what a cardiac machine.
ECG. Thank you. If you want to be American and not German.
Sorry.
Cardio.
Yeah, I just sort of lay there and breathe and calm myself down, right? Like cool it. Not really worried about getting up immediately. I'm imagining that whoever was monitoring our spider would chime in if anything was critical or necessary. So for the time being, I'll take a moment to just cool it off.
Cool. Okay. You got your breath back and you're okay. I mean, it wasn't like you were near max heart rate, and that's when Agent Cleaver wakes up. And then a few minutes later is when Agent Hayward wakes up. So during your debrief, were there any questions that you asked? So the three of you were kind of told you can go ahead and shower off, head to the gym, shower off, or the dressing room, shower off, dress in appropriate clothing, and then there was a quick debrief with Senior Agent Snider. Any questions that you had to ask him as he evaluated performance?
Should we tell him about the?
I mean, I feel like we gotta ask him about the dude tearing his skin off.
Yeah, that's the line.
It seems noteworthy.
Okay, cool. So we'll just skip to that. How do you broach that, Agent Cleaver?
I mean, I feel like I would bring that up if he asked if anything unusual happened or unexpected, out of the norm.
Was there anything unusual that happened for you agents?
Well, the target tore some of his skin off and had black fur and talons underneath. That was not really expected.
He just takes a couple notes. But you took care of it?
Yes.
Fine, so, yeah. Good work. Any questions that the three of you have?
Should we tell him about the second guy? The guy that ran away?
Yeah, there was another man there who appeared to wear garb similar to our own. Appeared to be some kind of agent. He fled the scene once the transformation took place, and Hayward and Cleaver engaged with the target.
Well, Snyder reaches over to a kind of a about this big folder. And he flips through several paperclip things and goes into a second. He pulls out a picture of a guy and holds it up, and it is the guy that you were talking about. He says, "Did he look like this?"
Yes.
Okay. It's Agent Maxwell, former Agent Maxwell. You are authorized and encouraged to ignore him. And if he does become a threat, you may utilize the Lacuna device on him. I could tell you more, but you don't have the clearance.
Okay.
Of course.
Do you have any questions?
I feel bad about that old lady who took the wallet from. Do you know if that turned out all right for her? Is that the kind of thing you monitor after we leave the diner?
No.
Love this guy.
I mean, poor old lady looked like reminded me a little of my grandma. I just hope she didn't, get arrested or have to do dishes or something.
It was not your grandmother. Any other questions?
I she reminded me. Okay. Yeah.
I was informed that the terror level was on double yellow for terrorist activity, but we noticed several signs of what appeared to be much more significant terrorist activity. I was informed during the mission that one of these incidents was above my security clearance to know what had happened. However, I do find it to be discomforting that I was given improper information before entering on the mission. Is there anything was that a malfunction that we will correct for future missions?
So if you could please tell me what is it that you saw, Agent Smith, that was different from what you expected?
You saw the bank. It appeared to be abandoned with the front of it ripped off. It appeared to have been damaged perhaps by a bomb of some kind. We also encountered a street which was cordoned off by individuals with heavy automatic weaponry, and as passing around it, we noticed similar signs of bombing, as it were, both of which indicate much higher terrorist level than double yellow.
I appreciate that information, Agent Smith. We'll send some higher clearance agents in to reconnoiter on that information. On our most recent notes on downtown, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir, but I would still appreciate an answer on my original question. Was this simply because we did not have appropriate information for the area, or was this a malfunction?
I'll have to research that. I'll get back to you as soon as I'm able to give you a correct answer. It is entirely possible that your information was faulty, or the situation, which sometimes can be fluid with terrorist activities, had changed.
Understood.
All right, well, 3 of you are dismissed. And so ends your first mission with Lacuna. So would you be interested in taking a second mission?
What do I get to do with my commendation points?
Oh, that's a great question. Now, there are a few things you can do with commendation points. With commendation points, if you save up to 10 of them, then a commendation point can be used to purchase another talent, which is really cool. Some techniques cost a commendation point to trigger, but the ones that you have don't. Now, there's one cool thing that you guys get to do. You get to buy yourself one new technique. So if you want to take a look at your character sheet, now, Jen, I know that you don't have that immediately open.
I have it up.
Oh, okay, you do have it open? Great. Awesome. And I'll link it in case anybody needs it. Link it in the show notes as well for those who want to take a look. I'll go ahead and drop that in too. I think the characters were linked before, but here we go. I'll put that into the show notes, into the Google Plus event right now. And so let's take a look here. So you get to add one technique. Because we're doing a short version, I'm going to allow you to choose from the standard or whatever your instructor could have given you before. So from the assets tree for Agent Hayward, from the skills tree from Agent Smith or Cleaver. Actually, I'm not allowing anything that isn't already in the rules. So you take one new technique, just move that from a no to a yes, or a blank space to a yes. If you have any questions about what those mean, feel free to ask.
Okay.
You can also, let me double check here.
Am I buying this with combination points, or are we getting this?
You're not. You get it because you
finished
successfully completed a mission.
It's for the mission. Okay.
It's yours, and no one can take it away from you. Not even from your cold, dead hands.
What is endurance?
Endurance. Donna, since had asked me questions, I moved away from the page where I could easily answer it. Endurance. The agent may extend their target heart rate by 5 beats per minute in either direction. Kind of cool.
I'm totally taking that.
All right, good choice. And then just go ahead in the character sheet. You can move that heart rate to either start at 93 or move it all the way up to a 151. Rich did math for 1 for 2.
Cool.
Cool.
My heart rate stays where it's at, right? Like it doesn't go down because we.
It does. It does. You're gonna start all over again.
Okay.
Which we could, because we're playing a one-shot, change that, but I think we can ramp up pretty quickly now. You guys have a little bit of that.
I mean, if you want me to roll a lot of dice, I can just roll a lot of dice. It's fine.
It is fun to roll dice. So techniques purchases, anything that you made your choice, Agent Hayward?
I think I'm going to go take armed.
Okay.
Something we realized none of us were in the last round.
Excellent. So with armed, that means that you immediately come into Blue City with a weapon.
Do I get back the? Do I get back the 1 point force?
You do. And just so it's clear, Agent Hayward, you have a +0 weapon in your possession. Each commendation point that you add to kind of charge it up adds a +1 force bonus to that.
Okay. +0.
I was going to say, what? Sorry, I wasn't clear. Is there anything else I can do with combination points other than save up to 10?
Well, they do power several of the techniques, especially in assets and skills and cover. And I want to say that it can also be used to, and I feel bad because this is part of the primer that I helped to write, but I think it can be used for +1. So let me check. Use it for a +1 to roll. So while Brennan's taking a look at that, hopefully he's still looking, I will quickly look through the primer write-up.
Interesting. Okay, so we have to spend a commendation point to use anything from the skills or assets trees.
I'm sorry?
So, for instance, I have Judge, which when I am, where is it? The agent can detect falsehoods when questioning a suspect, but that is only true if I spend a commendation point to charge that up.
Judge, yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's see. You spend the 1 for 1 to gain a +1 in access rolls. There we go. I knew there was something you could spend it for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. That's why I was like, I have to hunt this down because I remember my brain saying, that is a really cool thing to have.
I'm all set. I took Writer.
Okay. That's awesome. I love when people take Rider. It is neat.
Nice.
And, yeah. And that requires you spend a commendation point, which you don't have. So you're still kind of host, but hey. All right, sweet. We are going to jump. How about we do this? Because we don't have a whole lot of time left, and I know I said we were going to reset, but let's just jump us in to something a little bit more quickly. So let's say that you guys have already come into Blue City, and you are headed towards. I'm going to go ahead and show you your next. I'm gonna go with a target 3 because this one makes me laugh. So we'll go with this is your target, Alvarez Shaston. His crime is insurance fraud, arson, and identity theft. His threat level is low. He was last seen at the club, and you can see his demeanor is cocky and flirtatious, and all of his known associates are. They're listed on the present that to everyone. So you're after Alvarez. All right, and so I'll go ahead and move that into your folder so you can later access that if you so wish. All right, so you guys are headed after Alvarez Shaston. Why don't we go ahead and up your heart rate by... Let's say that each of you have made 2 die rolls. You choose what it was, and we're just kind of gonna jump start into the mission in media res, as it were, and that'll pump
2
up.
die rolls from resting.
Yes, from rest. Yes.
Okay. I'm just
All right,
gonna
I'm just
roll.
gonna roll dice. Yeah. Oh, look at all those 6s. That's
Wow.
6, 12, 15, 21. 21. 81. Okay.
All right, cool. So go ahead and add that to your resting heart rate. Clear the dice, and I'll set up your situation. So the 3 of you are currently on a street trolley, which is traveling is turning downhill, and it's going a pretty progressive. It's about 40 miles per hour, and your target you've just spotted Alvarez. You've chased him from the club. And you have now effectively made yourself known, and he's running, and you guys are on the trolley as you're chasing after him. Who is in the front of the trolley?
I'll be in the front.
Okay, cool. So Herc is in the front. You didn't get to take the beer with you, so you have a gun though.
Yep.
That's good to have. Cool. Agent Smith, you are the team lead again, and again, you are told to utilize the Lacuna device. You're at a different section of town, and one of the things that you notice here is that it seems to be a coastal area. And while there is drizzly rain, it is a little bit brighter than it was the last time that you were here in the mission. And one of the things that's most present along this, other than the fact that you're headed down kind of almost like a San Francisco-style hill, is that you can see off in the distance there's an area that you've been told is beyond your clearance. Please do not go to the bay. And you can see the bay ahead of you, and so if this guy makes it to the bay, you're probably in a deep amount of trouble because you'd have to give up or break clearance or be a thief. All right, so he's running ahead of you. He's keeping pretty good pace, and he hasn't done any crazy furry talon thing. So have you taken a shot at him already, Agent Hayward?
No, I haven't yet to this point, but thinking that might be necessary soon.
Aim for the legs.
Legs are hard to hit. They're so skinny.
This is why we train our agents.
Nice, awesome, cool. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a roll. Your difficulty is an 11.
All right, which is this force?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is a +0 gun that you have, but it does allow you to kind of fictionally attack.
All right, so it's a little tough with the bumpy trolley here too, but I'll try to be cool about it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to adjust your target number to an 11 based on that.
Okay, wasn't it already 11? I have 6,
yes,
12. All right, I'm at 14 here.
Sweet, it's a 14, fantastic. Okay, so you tag him, and again, he was running down the street, so you tag him, it kind of throws him off balance, he skids and slams into the side of a car, and you guys are in the trolley, so you continue going, and you catch up to him. You can hop off of the trolley. I'm not going to make you make a die roll to him, but he stands up, and he's looking at you guys, and he says, "Listen, no, Maxwell, no, I'm friends with Maxwell, okay?"
I keep the gun on him. I'm saying, "Don't move."
I'm gonna go around to the side to try and flank him.
Okay, he's got his hands up at this point. He doesn't have any weapons. He's kind of standing with his weight on his non-shot leg. He's trying to keep his hands up, but he's all trying to hold himself up against like a Studebaker behind him. And he's standing in the rain. He's wearing like a white T-shirt, and he says, "Please, I'm friends with Maxwell. I can hook you guys up, whatever you need. Just don't, okay?"
Your relationship with Agent Maxwell is completely irrelevant to our mission.
No, he got out. He told me all about you guys. That's why you're after me. Don't do it.
We're after you for the good of humanity.
Good of humanity? What do you mean? What did I even do?
I'll approach him with the Lacuna device.
He looks at the Lacuna device like, "Please, that will kill me."
No, it won't.
Please. You don't know what you're doing, right? They lie to you. Maxwell told me they lie to you guys. They don't even tell you the truth until you get enough clearance, and then you're so deep in. What do you do? He's not offering a resistance other than paying you not to utilize the device. What are the three of you guys doing?
I got a new one, right, coming in this time?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You absolutely have one.
Yeah, so I get mine out and I get mine ready because if Agent Smith isn't going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Oh, Agent Cleaver, you're so badass.
This is our job, man. And of course he's going to do whatever he can to make us not do our job.
Hey, that's the thing. Yeah, I'd slap it on.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a force roll.
Sure. I'll roll 4 dice. Maybe I should make that 5. Ah, dear. How lucky do I feel? Alright, 4 dice. You're kidding me. Oh my goodness.
Aww.
Alright, so that is a 10. That brings me up to a heart rate of 102.
Are you gonna re-roll, or would you like me to do the job for you again?
I will re-roll.
Okay.
All right. There it is.
Nice. And you're in target, so don't forget to mark the accommodation point.
Yeah.
Because
So
you can use it for Ryder later if you want.
Indeed.
Excellent. So you slap the Lacuna device on him, and he says, "You guys are so dead." And then pop, and he's gone. And you still see in the kind of on the pavement there is still the drops of blood from where you had shot him. What do you do?
Mission accomplished.
You guys all concerned about what he said? You believe him?
Of course not.
No.
I mean, obviously he would say anything in order to prevent us from accomplishing our mission. We wouldn't be sent after people who weren't dangerous already to some extent. You saw what happened to the last guy.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, I don't think we can trust this Maxwell guy, even if that is what he told him. He's probably not reliable.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Maxwell isn't with the agency anymore, so...
Alright, gonna find another payphone and get out of here then?
Let's find another payphone.
Okay. So you guys can head down. You were able to find there's a bank of payphones there. One of them looks operable. It's right in front of a newspaper stand. Who grabs the phone?
I'm gonna let you guys go first this time.
Alright. Yeah, last time I almost got left behind with a broken phone, so if you don't mind, I'll head back.
Please.
I'll take this first this time.
Cool. Agent Hayward, you pick up the phone and start to call in, and Spider's on the other end of the line. He says, "Hey, Agent Hayward, you still have your device?"
Yeah, Spider. We finished the mission, though.
No, actually, you haven't. I
What do
need
you
you
mean
to
we
take
haven't?
out Agent Smith.
What? Why?
Use the Lacuna device on Agent Smith. It's all right. You're authorized.
Snack.
I sort of look over at Agent Smith, see if he seems to be any different than I remember him.
Is there a problem?
No, he says it's just going to take a minute.
Failure to comply will mean that you will be released, and you will be considered a threat.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him.
All right.
Agent Smith, he says he wants you back first because he wants to talk to you before we get back. So I handed the receiver.
All right. I pick up the receiver.
Okay. You take the receiver. Is there anything you're doing while he grabs the receiver and starts to pull in? It's dead, by the way. The phone's dead. There's no dial tone.
Yeah, when he picks up, I'm going to try to put my Lacuna device on him.
Sweet. Hey, give me a force roll.
Okay.
Your
And
difficulty on this one, I'm going to lower it to an 11.
Oh, thanks. All right, and since I'm in my target heart rate,
You roll as many dice you want, baby.
I'll go ahead and put this to 5. Very good. I mean, I'm tempted to put it down to like 3 since I seem to roll pretty high, but let's try to 5 here. Yep.
Oh my god. Dice gods love you.
I'm racking up the commendations though this way.
Yes, you are. Sweet. So you
So I get the device on my leader.
you slap the device on him. By the way, Agent Smith, you feel a slap on your back, and then you hear some beeping, and before you're able to snatch that off, you're gone. So Agent Cleaver, you just saw Agent Hayward. By the way, your Lacuna device is when Agent Smith's Lacuna device is also there are no more Lacuna devices. Agent Hayward just took care of Agent Smith. What do you do?
I still have mine.
Oh, that's right, you do, because
Smith
it was
used
Smith
his.
that used his.
Yeah.
Oh man, I almost got myself mixed up. It's like math or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, you just saw Agent Hayward slap the Lacuna device onto Agent Smith. Hayward, is there anything you're doing as Agent Cleaver looks right at you? This is the guy who's married to your
Yeah, she's like,
sister.
I'm taking a step back, like, whoa, what's going on here?
like that. Look, that was the new mission Spider just gave me. I don't know. He didn't tell me why. He just told me I had to do it, so I did it. He didn't say anything about you. You and me were in the clear. It's just. I don't know what Smith did. But you gotta know, I'm not just doing that out of the blue. It was my mission.
I don't take my eyes off of you.
Right,
I guess we're gonna look for another payphone, right? I mean, or no, we can try on this one.
Yeah, pick up the receiver here and see if Spider's still on the line.
Actually, the line's dead. Do you want to try to make an access roll?
Oh, I forgot to add my. Do you remember how much I had?
Oh crap!
It was a lot.
It was like it was at least.
There was like
it was at least. There was 6 5
It was 24. It was 24.
Okay.
Wow, you're so smart, Brennan.
Oh, 119. Okay.
I wanted to know how much it cost him to do that.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, if you want to pick up the phone and try to get out of.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll try again because. I don't blame her if she's a little wary of getting out here ahead of me.
Agent Cleaver, you letting him go ahead and make that roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna try to access Spider again. Should I go ahead and roll, or do I need to talk to him?
No. You just go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. That's not 11. All right. 9. All right. Try again.
Can you use combination points?
You can use an accommodation point to give yourself a +1 on your roll. So if you wanted to.
Okay, just +1 to the roll.
Thank you
so
for a reminder of that.
Yeah. How close am I getting to my?
So
out of my
if he's got 2 points, he could just add those 2 combination points to give him an 11 on his access roll, right?
After your roll, or is it before?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll roll again.
Stingy for the commendation.
There we go. There's my 12.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you hear Spider on the other end of the line, and yeah, as you start to go, I have no idea what the hell you just did, and then bam, you're out. So there you are. You see Hayward disappear, Agent Cleaver.
Yeah. I'm going to take a walk because this is weird and I want to think about things. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, being me, I'm going to think about things in the general direction of the bay because I'm me.
Oh, man. Oh, how do you feel about that being kind of the parting shot as you walking off into the bay?
Yes. Perfect.
Deep clearance.
Yes.
Sweet. Then so
like
be it. That's the end of our little one-shotty of Lacuna.
Well, when I wake up back in place, is Smith there?
No. Well, Smith's body's there.
Yeah. Is that moving though?
His dead body with a 0 on the heart rate meter thing.
Yeah.
Good job. You killed your boss.
Yeah, and during the debrief, they find that you tell them about the advice that you received from Senior Agent Chambers. You're told that she was killed in action and has been dead for months. So, yeah, someone's been messing with you for a long, long time. You didn't even know that you were a plant. So, you're gone.
Whoa.
Cool. So that's Lacuna. We got a few minutes. Let's chat real quick. What do you guys think of Lacuna? Poor Brendan.
Poor Brendan. I don't know. I like this trend where we just kill Brendan. I feel like this is the thing we should continue.
Just keep it going.
Yep.
I'm not opposed to killing Brendan's characters. Cool.
I liked it. I felt like it was a little hard for me to get started because I have no knowledge of like what the game does. So it was like I don't know. I'm in the Matrix. I like pay for my coffee. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know the scope of what we could do. So that was a little tricky, but we got it.
The game is, if you read the book, there's actually a point where it says players stop here, and it is purposefully a little obfuscated as to some things that are going on. I think I could have done more of a little more on the introduction level. I was trying to kind of see.
I dug the it's your first mission, so you don't really know what's going on. So I just went with that.
Well, I got a lot of trust in you guys that I knew no matter what direction I pushed you into, it's going to be interesting where you go. So, pretty excited. So behind the scenes, one of the cool things with Lacuna that I like is that when you fail at rolls, there's an economy that the GM takes care of, and it can actually be kind of a random encounter generator, except it's not random because you build it. So that's one of the things that when you initially fail a roll, it generates something you probably saw on the character sheet, which is called static. And if that static goes up, weirder and weirder things can happen. And there are other things that can generate static as well. But that's one of the neat little things you can do. It's like very light prep for a Lacuna game.
Cool.
Yeah, I felt like it was really like visually engaging, I guess. Like the world you painted with all the rain, and I could picture the trolley and the diner and the little like explosion areas of the downtown. Like there were lots of details that made it feel, I don't know, just richer in detail than a lot of games.
Yeah, that's totally biting off of the things that Jared Sorensen put in the game. Some of the pictures, there's very little original thought on that. I just steal from the best. I'm glad that it came across. What was what was a highlight for you? Like, one of your favorite moments from the game?
I mean, stealing a wallet from an old lady was kind of fun.
Of all the things, stealing a wallet.
I mean, you guys know me. You've played games with me. What did you think it was going to be?
I like the last thing. I liked shooting the guy from the moving trolley and jumping off it. I think that's
that was pretty cool. I liked your little Action Jackson stuff that you had. That's really cool. I really liked the, I'm just going to grab these bottles, nobody's using them. It's just neat little things where you're interacting with the world that I thought were pretty cool. Highlights for you, Brendan? Any highlight?
Yeah, I think that when, what's his face? Not Dolan Thomas, he was our first one. Alvarez Shaston, when he started pleading with us, it seems to me that Lacuna has it clearly has a whole theme that's going on with the idea of what you know and what you don't know and how unclear things are, because you're also in this horrible corporate bureaucratic structure that's not going to give you all the information you need to know. So when somebody arrived and was providing contrasting information that completely diverged from what previously we knew, it was yeah, this is the tension that I could feel in some ways the game seemed to be driving towards, is what we expect versus what actually comes up in our face. So that moment was an instant snap, lightning bolt. He's like, you're going to kill me. I'm presuming we were not told that we were killing people. Which would probably be the only other weird thing of Static, is that simultaneously, while it was cool to have that element of information and what do we know and what don't we know and the mystery, at the same time, there's the problem of, I felt like Agent Smith would know things that Brendan maybe wouldn't, or that level of knowledge, that was a level of friction that I don't know was, I don't know how to resolve, and I don't think it was necessarily the intended one, because my feeling was that when I was with Smith, when Smith was confronted with, no, you're killing people, you shouldn't do this is bad, they're lying to you, then me and Smith were on the same page. But when it's stuff and he starts turning into a monster, I'm like, that's awesome, but also, I'm unsure of whether or not Smith would have been expecting that. And that sort of friction felt weird to me, because then, of course, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, he totally would have been expecting that, right? Like, people turning into monsters, they totally would have briefed him on it, right? I thought.
Nope.
Maybe.
Nope.
Well, and that's kind of the thing, right? Like, so there are moments of that, like, how much they were briefed versus how much were they actually trained, and like, all these little tidbits that would completely change my relationship with how much I expect Smith to know. And it seems difficult to give all of that information in preamble before the game.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. And you know, if you read up to the player section, there's no mention of things turning into monsters. It's really not like, here's the company, here's your cool powers. There's some stuff about clearance levels and cover and, you know, stuff like that, and blah blah blah. Have fun. No mention of static or any of the other, like, the pictures of monsters are all in the GM section and stuff like that. So, yeah, I get you. I think maybe if I had kind of seeded that with, and by the way, you were never briefed that these guys turned into monsters. I think that might have helped. So, I think I'll say that's kind of on me to make sure that was impressed.
I think that it's not even just, it's not on you even. It's this element of, like, I'm gonna constantly have those questions. Like, as we were playing, I'm like, so what have I been told about the Blue City? What have I? Because presumably they told me something. So have I been told, like, when Hayward was asking about the old lady, did she go to jail? Am I thinking that is a legitimate question, or am I thinking that is a crazy honking question? Why is he asking that? Based on what I've been told about the Blue City. And like, so all throughout the game, these little things were coming up of what would Agent Smith know? Like, would Agent Smith, I know Brendan didn't think to get a gun before going and confronting the guy. Would Agent Smith have been told maybe to get a gun? Would that have been something they'd all trained him on? Do they teach you to shoot? If they teach you to shoot, I would have been like, well, then we should probably have guns. So on and so forth. Like, all these little details. So it's a difficult thing to reach, I think. Like, it perfectly captured that tone of mystery when again, what's his face? Alvarez was saying something different, and then when Spider on the phone was like, "Hey, Hayward, stick it on Smith." Yeah, do it. Like, that was perfect. But at the same time, that this, like, character versus player knowledge thing felt a little weird.
Okay.
And I don't know how to resolve that, actually. I don't think that's a simple, easy thing to resolve.
Because it'll be different things every time you play that you don't know. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard for me to know how much preamble to give. You know, I've run Lacuna at cons, at one-shots, over Hangouts, and, you know, a number of times. And often when I run it, like, you go look at my YouTube channel, you see I ran it, and it was really, really different. Like, the way the control interacted with people was different. The amount of information that's provided to players was different. And I don't know of a perfect, like, kickoff, like how much information to give, how much to not. So, yeah, I hear you. It's one of those weird little things, and in fact, it says in the book, I'm not going to tell you, there are no examples of actual play. And one of the things that people say about Lacuna, and you can find it on Story Games Forum, is this kind of the Rorschach test for GMs, because you kind of got to figure out what you're going to do with it on your own. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to sound defensive. I'm actually just talking about my experiences playing Lacuna.
Yep.
You know, I've run as one-shots, I ran as a campaign, I ran as a solo game, and I've had a good time, but it's always played quite a bit differently. So, cool. Thank you all for playing. We're coming up at the end of the 2-hour bit. So, any parting shots, parting comments? I don't want to cut anybody off in case you had something you wanted to share.
I guess one thing I found.
Go ahead.
One thing I found was, maybe this is just because I've been playing so many Apocalypse World variants, was I found that succeeding on actions was relatively easier. Like, there were way fewer failures, and when you did fail,
the guy who kept rolling 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I mean, among all of us, that's how you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of static that was being generated was relatively low. You guys were, you know, pretty lucky. Oh, Brittany, you were going to say something.
I was going to troll you and say, what is the mystery of the Blue City, or the girl, or whatever the heck the title is?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the girl.
Oh, the girl's scary, man. You did not want the girl to show up. Scary.
That's a nice ominous ending.
Thank
you for running.
One guy dated the girl. It was horrific. It was a pleasure running for you guys. If you have any interest in Lacuna Part 1 and you want to learn about the mystery yourself, Memento Mori Theatrics, that's with a CKS, is where you can find it, or also look on DriveThruRPG. Thanks to all three of you for playing. And if you have any feedback, like if you think I did a horrible job or a great job, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask questions on the YouTube comments there, and I'll get back with you. Thanks for watching, and everybody have a great night.